anytime Israel left off from the ordinance of the Heavenly Father and His Son, they were destroyed, man. So look at us as a nation of people today. We destroyed, man. Our women don't even respect it. The Edomite woman know we gods, but the so-called African American woman, all the way down to the Israelite woman, they don't respect us, man. They look at it. They look at us as we have no power, man. Okay, that's the way they look at us, man. Okay, we conquered as a nation of people, man. Okay, go ahead.
In many battles, very sore.
See, in many battles, very sore. So anytime we will fight against Esau, we will lose, man. Okay? On this side, anytime we will fight against Esau, we will lose. That's why we can't come together as a nation of people, okay, all Israelites, because the Most High not with us. Okay? Only the elect on this side is going to come together, okay? And then, come together by teaching the word. Okay, not come together in all one place. Well, that's gonna happen in the chariot. When Israel get beamed up in the UFO, the elect get beamed up in the UFO, we all gonna be in one place like that. But as far as coming together on the doctrine, that's what's happening, man. Teaching about YAHAWASHI, that's what's happening. But we all gonna be together, Lord willing, we done meant to do it to the end in them chariots and get delivered. And that's what we was talking about in them chariots. Because that's our deliverance, okay? And that's what we were talking about in the beginning of the lesson. Go ahead.
And were led captives in a land that was not theirs.
See, in a land that was not theirs, man. Okay, so we're in the enemy's land. Okay, Esau came over here, and this was once the northern kingdom's land. But guess what happened? It was taken. So now we're in the enemy's land, man. We had a war with the enemy, we lost it, and now we are captives of our enemy, which is Esau, man. And Jake in the confused state don't know if he's coming or going, man. You go in some of these stores and look at the faces of Jake, they in a dead state, man. They don't know what's going on, man. Okay? The kids is beat up, okay? You know, you supposed to see children and see them as they strong and they healthy. Nah, they beat up too. Just like the mamas and the daddies, they beat up too. Okay? And the boys that's 12 years old, 13 years old, they walking around so feminine with blonde hair in their head. It's ridiculous, man. Okay? It's frustrating to even go into a store to get what you need and see Jake in that condition, man. It's frustrating, man. Okay? But you can't beat Jake up to make him recognize the truth. It won't work, man. Okay? You can't sit there and yell at Jake and hold Jake down and shake him. You know how you snap out of it. It won't work, man. Okay? Why you got them pork ribs stacked up in your basket? You can't, Jake, you can't do nothing with Jake, man. Jake is just rebellious, man. And they conditioned to think like that because of the television, and Esau dangled those things in their face, and therefore it caused the Most High to be against us, man. Or be at war with us, man. So read that slow again where you was at. About how the Most High, if we sin, how it be against us. Read that again.
Judith chapter 5 verse 18. But when they departed from the way which he had appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles.
See, they were destroyed in many battles. We were destroyed as a people, man. It was wars that took place before we got in this condition, man. Okay, we just didn't lay down and say, okay, you got it. Nah, we fought as a people, man. If we was beat. But the Most High allowed it to happen like that because we went against him, and he allowed it to happen because Esau was going to rule, man. This is the last leg of the Roman Empire, man. It's on the Daniel, the 2nd chapter. Go ahead.
Very sore and were led captives in a land that was not theirs.
Go ahead.
And the temple of their power was cast to the ground.
Read that. The temple of their power cast to the ground. 70 AD. That's what that remind me of. 70 AD, man. Israel been going out since then, man. Okay? Even during the Babylonian Empire, Israel was going out back then. Okay? Go ahead.
And their cities were taken by their enemies.
So what Achor is doing is running down the history of us, the Israelites, to this general, Holofernes, which was up under Nebuchadnezzar, okay, which was Nebuchadnezzar's father. Okay, go ahead.
But now are they returned to
Which some scholars bring out. Go ahead. That was his father. Go ahead.
But now are they returned to their power and are come up from the places where they were scattered.
See? Go ahead.
And have possessed Jerusalem where their sanctuary is.
Go ahead.
And are seated in the hill country.
Go ahead.
For it is desolate.
Go ahead.
Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their power, let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
See, that's going to be their ruin. Go ahead.
And let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
Right, go ahead.
But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by.
See, so he's running down the history of Israel because he's an Israelite. And he's telling them, look, if them people ain't, if the Israelites not going against their power, hey man, you can't do nothing with them. But if they going against their power, you got them. And Esau knows that, okay? Esau knows that as long as Israel not recognizing their true power and not recognizing their true power, which is YAHAWASHI, and not coming back to this word, it's open season on them, man. It's open season on them, man. They sitting ducks, man. They like fish in a barrel waiting to get shot, man. Yeah. So Achor is telling them, running down the history, man. That's why everything that was written is written for our learning, so we would know, man. Okay? It's on the Romans, the 15th chapter. Go ahead.
Lest their Lord defend them, and their power be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world.
Yeah. You become a reproach in front of all the world. So guess what's gonna happen when the Lord comes back for his elect? YAHAWASHI is gonna fight for his elect. And you nations that's on this earth, they're gonna be done, man. You're gonna be done, man. You're gonna be sitting ducks, man. Just like 2/3 is sitting ducks right now, you're gonna be sitting ducks, man. Okay? Like they said in one of the Independence Day movies, I don't know if it's the first one or the second one. And when they seen the aliens, which are the foreigners coming, they said, I think it was that Independence Day, but where they said, look, they the colonizers and we the Indians. So that's the way they was looking at. That's the way they was looking at the aliens that was coming, which is the foreigner that was coming in the movie Independence Day. So that's the way YAHAWASHI is going to be looking at these nations outside of Israel, and they are the YAHAWASHI are the colonists, man. And these people just, hey man, it's going to be taken, man. They just going to be taken, man. Hey, it ain't gonna be nothing. Just like I move this sign like that, that's how easy it's gonna be for YAHAWASHI to take over everything. Just like I moved that sign. Like it's nothing. Like I just kicked the bag. Took. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a light thing. Go ahead.
And when Achor had finished these sayings, all the people standing round about the tent murmured.
Yeah, go ahead.
And the chief men of Holofernes,
Yeah,
Holofernes,
yeah.
and all that dwelt by the seaside, and in Moab, spoke that he should kill him.
Yeah. The Chinese were telling Holofernes, which was a Syrian, I want to say, they said, man, you should kill him, man. You know what I'm saying? He wrote down the history and telling you, look, if them people ain't sinning, leave them alone. And they looking at it like, back then, they were looking at it like them Nebuchadnezzar was the god of the earth. Okay? So that's why they was looking at, that's why the Moab, the Chinese, were telling Holofernes, the general, hey, you gotta put him to death, man. Running down their history like that, man. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
For say, they will not be afraid of the face of the children of Israel.
See? Go ahead.
For lo, it is a people that have no strength nor power for a strong battle.
Yeah, for a strong battle. What verse is that?
23.
Go ahead.
Now therefore, Lord Holofernes, we will go up, and they shall be a prey to be devoured of all thy army.
Yeah. So it's like I was saying, when you read the rest of the story, that's why they was saying, look, we ought to put them together. But what they did was lay Achor, which was an Israelite, because he wasn't no Ammonite. Okay, he wasn't no Japanese. Okay, they just say that in there, but you know Israel was scattered everywhere. But they labeled him as an Ammonite, but he was an Israelite because they lay him at the edge of the mountain, and Israelites come over there and get him. Okay, come over there and get him and bring him into the fold. But it tells you in Deuteronomy 23rd chapter, a bastard shall not come into the. Matter of fact, right there. Start at 3. Well, you can start at 2.
All right, this is Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 2. A bastard shall not enter into the congregation of Yahawah.
Say for instance, an Israelite woman lay down with a Chinese man and produce a child come forth out of that. Say for instance, an Israelite woman lay down with a Japanese man or a Chinese man, and the child is produced out of that. That child is a bastard. Okay, it's not an Israelite. Okay. Say for instance, Israelite woman lay down with a so-called African or Egyptian and a child is produced to that. That child is a bastard. Okay? Just say for instance, if a Israelite woman lay down with an Edomite and a child come up that child is a bastard. Okay? But you're dealing with Ammon and Moab right now. But I'm just giving you an example. It's a bastard, man. If an Israelite man lay down with any of these nations, women, that child is an Israelite. Why? Because the lineage goes back to the father. Okay? The lineage does not come from the woman. Okay? It comes from the man. Okay? So read that.
All right, this is Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 2. A bastard shall not enter into the congregation of Yahawah, even to his 10th generation.
So that's a final saying. 10th meaning basically it's a final saying. Okay, go ahead. How I know it because I looked it up in the Strong's Concordance one day. I don't remember which one. I got about 5 of them, so I don't remember which one, but I looked it up. Go ahead.
Even to his 10th generation shall he not enter into the congregation of Yahawah.
Yeah, so that's the final saying, man. They're not going to enter into the congregation of Yahawah, Bashim Yahushua. And they're not going to have no authority to dictate, oh, you can have this land, you can have that land, you can have that land. Nah, they're not going to have no authority to be no judge like that, okay? Go ahead.
An Ammonite or Moabite shall not enter into the congregation of Yahawah.
Period. Point blank, period. So when you read about Achor, he entered into the congregation of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So that's how we know he was an Israelite and he wasn't no Amorite. Okay? He wasn't no Japanese. Okay? So that's the reason why I wanted to read Judah, is to show you about how Esau plays on it with the food and all this other stuff that he got out here to cause Jake to go off, man, so he can attack Jake, man. So he can attack Jake, so he can continue afflicting hell on Jake, man. Okay? But at the same time, them what I had you hold, go back to what I had you hold, some I had you hold, or was it him? Oh, okay. Go to what I say, Ezra. Oh. I have you holding something? So we just got through reading Isaiah. Yeah, Isaiah 66, and that's why I jumped to Judah about how Esau does what he does with the television commercials and dangle food and everything else, and to cause Jake to go off. See, it's easy to attack Jake when he rebelling against Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and Esau knows that. But we going back into the, I use that because of the abomination that it talks about in Isaiah 66. But we were dealing with the chariots on top of that, but I didn't jump like that. But we go into the chariots over in second Ezra, what I say, second Ezra 13 and 6. Some more. What about oh yeah, finish that off about
Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 3, finishing it off. Even to their 10th generation shall they not enter into the congregation of Yahawah forever.
Period. Point blank, period. That's the final saying, man. Okay? So if a Israelite woman lays down with a Japanese or a Chinese man and a child is produced from that, that child is a bastard.